Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know it's been a minute since I've been here. Last time, when was that last? Oh, yeah, it's when I was in Millie. Okay, that was the last time I was here, girl. But I'm back. But I'm back. But I'm back. But I'm back. So, I should turn this on. Probably should turn that on. Oh God.
The Bluetooth device.
Hurry up.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
Okay, stop talking to me. Please. Hmm. Hello, everyone. And I'm mad. Oh, look, y'all running on in the room. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I would appreciate it. Hi, Angel. Miss T. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, yeah, it is the afternoon, isn't it? Sorry. It's been quite the day. Um, it's been a day. Hello, friends Mocha and Etna and Celeste and Ro, Tania. I'm not saying that right. PS5. Hello. I like that. Name my son wants one for his birthday, which is so annoying. It's really annoying because we bought him a PC the year before last because I think he wanted it for Christmas. So his mom and I, we got him a PC, which are expensive. They're like spent over like 16, 1700 um, to get him that. We got him the desk and the chair. And I mean, we got the whole 9 yards, right? And now he's saying he's bored. Saying he's bored. Mhm. So I let him borrow my PlayStation 5 because I have one, right? So I let him use it, and I just haven't gotten it back. So I'm just like, can I have my game, please? It belongs to me. I promise. 'Cause you know how kids are. Nothing belongs to you anymore when you have children. Nothing. And let them be able to fit your clothes. Every time I go in my daughter's room, I find my clothes. I'll be looking for stuff. I'll be like, where? And I'll be like destroying my room looking for stuff, right? And then I'll go in their room and I'll be like, hey, come, you gotta be me. And they'll either have it on or it'll be in their basket, their hamper, or their closet hanging up. I'm just, that's mine. And my oldest daughter, she loves all my clothes. All my clothes. Okay. She wears everything. Her whole closet pretty much is my stuff. The only thing that's in there that's not mine is probably like bras and panties. Everything else, mine. It belongs to me. Yes. I'll pick her up from work and I'll be like, is that my sweatshirt? She'll be like, yeah, it looks better on me. Or she'll be like, it was. It's like, you gave me this. Remember? I was like, oh, she always has on my stuff. Always. Always. Like, go look at my Instagram. All the bomber jackets, all of that's all mine. It all belongs to me. Okay? She always has my stuff. But whatever. So yeah, it's like nothing is yours. So I wanted my system back because I'm just like, he had it for like 5 months, you know. So now he's saying he wants one because PCs are boring to him. $1,700 is boring. I was so angry. But you know how kids are. You know, 1 minute this is cool, and the next minute it's not. So yeah, so I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with your computer? You know, and all this stuff. I'm gonna keep it, Dad. I just want a PlayStation 5 too. I'm like, two? So yeah. So we're all making it happen. He's gonna get one because I love him. He's my baby. I love him. So I have to make sure he has it because I don't like to see him frown. So it has to happen. But I'm gonna make him think that it's not. So I love you all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Tasha K and Cardi B. Cardi. We're gonna get into that. All right. Jay-Z has just been put on the lips list of Epstein, okay, and associates that will be testifying. You know, there's a deposition coming up for Jay-Z. Have y'all been seeing them? Okay. Now I've been paying a little bit of attention, but not like all the way. Although this is the Diddy case. Okay. Epstein is the reason they did all this to Diddy. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. Diddy is supposed to be exactly where he is. Okay. And I'm getting annoyed about them letting him get out a little piece of early. It's like, no, let him suffer. Okay. Because he's not in there long enough for everything that he done did to people. Right? Because a lot of stuff wasn't on trial. Okay. Now look at here. I feel sorry for Cassie for certain things that happened to her. It's terrible. But way worse have happened to other people. Right? Now we may not get them all, but one is still a victory. Right? But it gives why they put so much energy into Diddy, right? Because think about Diddy's trial. It was huge. It was everywhere. But then with this Epstein, it's like a little piece. It's like it's getting traction, but I don't think it's getting the traction it deserves, right? Okay, because y'all be quick to try to say, when does he get it now? Girl, it was May 2028. Now they're trying to say they did it getting out April of 2028. Okay, because he done got into a rehab facility that he gonna be going straight to when he get out, right? So he getting out a little piece early. It looked like they've taken off a month thus far, and who knows, he could get more in the future. Now I'm hoping that don't happen, but it do seem like they're still working ways of trying to get like time served and stuff like that. Okay, his lawyers are trying hard. You know, unlike Tory Lanez, it seems like Diddy will be getting out early, right? But the coverage that Diddy got isn't near what Epstein is getting. And all of the conspiracies and everything that was going on, what Epstein are basically true. When it comes to Diddy, a lot of that stuff wasn't true. Wasn't. It was a lot that was, but there was a lot that wasn't, right? But with Epstein, pretty much, the conspiracy theorists, including myself, we weren't too far off in what was going on over there. Ooh, girl. So we're going to talk a little bit about Jay Z going, and Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton just got out of court, and Hillary basically like walked out. They should have held her white ass in contempt, but Hillary wasn't feeling what was going on, girl. So and then Bill creep. Did y'all see how Bill Clinton was looking at those pictures of them churn? Like with glee, like reminiscing. Oh, I forgot about her. I was like, wow, gross. There's a delay on your end, John. On my end? Why gotta be on mine? Are you on an Android? Are you on an Android? The audio and video are delayed. Like right now? Because we on the up and up on my end. Are you on an Android? Doris said no. Acer tablet? iPhone people. Yes, on the respond if you have an app on this bit off of. Can y'all hear me and see me? Hi, Judaboo. Green Eye says, I have no issues because you must be on Apple. Jessica said, I have my house on this good, Sean. Okay, you on Apple too. Hey, girl. Um, okay. Letitia said it went away, Sean. No, no. It's giving y'all. It's giving it's you and not me. I love how y'all try to like blame it on me though. What? Why y'all get to blame it on me, but I get to blame it on y'all? How does that work? Okay. Sounds good on my end. Okay. Okay, these are Apple people. These are Apple people. I feel it. Now, Droid, Androids. I don't know what to tell y'all. Maybe start your phone over. Go to your provider. And see if they have any apples. In the store. I don't know. I don't know how to work them. I don't know how to work them. Okay. Shout out to you, Android users. Okay. We still love y'all. We still love y'all. I'm on the Android and all is well. Well, Berta, I wasn't talking to you, sweetie. Oh my word. Well, she says, I can't on my Android. Why do y'all get so defensive? Just get an Apple. Are y'all okay? Are y'all mad at me? Are you mad at me? I said shout out to Android users. Ain't nobody been talking about y'all cheap ass phones. Girl. Oh, y'all be having y'all nerve. Oh, girl. Oh, y'all be having y'all nerve. Why are y'all mad at me? Why are y'all mad at me? Jackie said, "What's wrong with Android?" I didn't say anything was wrong with Android. What did I say that? Did I say that, Jackie? Why are you so defensive? That's why your phone ugly. Nah, nah, because y'all can fall back. Okay, y'all can fall back. I didn't do anything to y'all. Okay, because y'all phones fold and flip. All that we ain't got time for all that, girl. Mm, y'all mad at me? Y'all mad at me? Yes, her phone is ugly. Since she wants to be mad at me, since she wants to be mad at me, girl, your phone ugly. You mad at me, girl? It's all right. It's all right. Shout out to the Android users. Hey, baby Shay Boo. Hey. Shout out to the Android user. Y'all mad at me because y'all got buttons on y'all phone. Yes. Sasha says you acting up smart. I'm not, Tasha. They're being mean for no reason. I didn't say nothing about Androids. Shout out to my boo Angela Johnson. Thank you for the Super Six sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Yes, Live More. Go Android. Look at Live More. Live More, you do not have to. Don't do that. Girl. Oh my god. Y'all really got to get out y'all fifis. Okay. Okay. I didn't say nothing about y'all dusty ass Android phones. Nah. And y'all mad at me. And y'all mad at me. Only Android is glitching. Sorry. Droid. Oh, only it's Androids. It's y'all. It is. Y'all came in here messing up my live. My live was fine until the people with Android phones start commenting in the chat. Okay? I'm gonna need y'all to get with that. I'm gonna need y'all to get with that. Are we okay? I feel like we're okay. Okay. So here flip. So before I was rudely interrupted by people with Android phones. Okay, I'm trying to run a show, right? But y'all don't care nothing about that. Nah. That's why I say I love y'all, but y'all be messing stuff up. Y'all coming here taking a lot of the Wi-Fi, and all of that in them girl. But I love y'all. Can I believe you? They really come from me in the chat, like, real. Y'all really tried that. Man, I mean, girl, get an Apple phone. Okay, you want an Apple to keep your Android. What you mad at me? So Junior needs a wheelchair. I noticed y'all send the stuff he can't use, like boxing gloves, and stuff like that. No, y'all, because they're getting on my nerves. They get on my nerves. Why folk come? She keep unboxing everything but a wheelchair. Y'all want to send walkers? And why y'all keep sending stuff he can't use? No, y'all. No, because it's pissing me off. I said boxing glove. What he gonna do with them? Y'all keep sending shoes. What? Like, hello? Yes, girl, they sent him some boxing gloves and put his name on them. I said, why you send boxing gloves with no doctor? I'm like, oh, y'all got y'all nerve. She still got that poor baby over there bent up in that car seat stroller. She ain't got a new one. Whoa, the other one out. Whoa, the other one out. Okay, babies go in strollers. If he's 3 and can't walk, he need a chair. Because he's about to be 3. Miss Hill says our phones are actually smart. Yeah, have smart ass mouths. The people that own them. The people that own them got your nerve. Yeah, you tried. You try. Are you guys still mad at me? Oh my word! Leave me alone, please. Droid. Stop coming after safaris. Talking about y'all phone smart. It don't have safari. Girl, y'all just mad our phone come with a white woman. Yes. Y'all just meant that apples come with white privilege. Ain't that right, Siri? Don't talk. Y'all phones come with viruses. Nah. Nah. Oh well. Yep, I said it. Yep, I said it. Nah. You SIM card having hoes. Nah. No, because now they want to talk to me. Leave me alone. I'm trying to run a shop. Just match your phone come unlocked. Nah. Sean, what is that? Are you yelling at me? Are you upset? Hmm. Missy said downloads are free. Yeah, all viruses is free. Nah. Yes. All them virus apps free. Correct. Are you mad at me? That's why your phone's slow. Nah. Mm. That's why your storage already full. And you only got 3 pictures in a 2-minute video. Nah. No, because leave me alone. Girl, I cannot believe all of you Metro PCS and Boost Mobiles are coming for me right now. I am not out of pocket, China. Y'all is. Y'all are basically harassing me. I'm about to dox y'all. That's what I'm about to do. Let me take a picture of y'all names. I'm about to dox everybody. Yes. I'm doxing y'all. Oh well. Y'all started it. Yes. Yes, I'm doxing Android users. Hold on, I'm recording y'all. Yes. Mm. Yep. You. No, I'm doxing you all. I'm doxing you all. I'm calling y'all jobs and everything. Yes. Let me record. Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. Doxed. Correct. Well, OL to your OL. Bro. So no Tulip, y'all getting doxed. I'm doxing all of y'all. Back to my content. Keep it up. Mods, write them names down. I'm doxing y'all. No. This is fine. Moving on to my content, I was rudely interrupted by Android users. Yes, by people that still got to use Google and we use Safari. I mean, I cannot believe this. You know, I don't even feel like being live no more. No, we're not saving Junior because I'm about to dox Junior because y'all trying it. Yes, I chose violence this morning. Now, before I was rudely interrupted by Boost Mobile and Straight Talk users. You think I was going to say? Wait. And I'm good. So, yes, I'm doxing them. Why not? Y'all did this. So, Mathew knows Beyonce's happy. Mm-hmm. Ooh, y'all, did y'all see him in this interview? Y'all, Mathew Knowles said Tina Knowles ain't did nothing. Girl, this man asked Mathew Knowles in this interview about Tina Knowles, right? And what she provided for Destiny's Child, right? Beyonce daddy was pissed. Solange's father was not trying to hear it. Okay, let's get into that. All right. I said, are you mad?
The Bluetooth device is ready.
Are you mad?
The Bluetooth device is connected.
Stop talking to me. You're giving Android. Okay. All right. So let's get into Mathew Knowles, Jay-Z's father-in-law. Why's it doing that?
Put in the work, and
Ew.
obviously the talent was there with your kids and your grandkids. What work does she put in?
Lord.
In the hair.
Look.
You're absolutely right. And the styling.
The styling. He said the styling and the imaging, Lord. He said that's it. That's it. That bitch ain't do nothing.
We'll stop now.
Girl.
Sorry, did I say something wrong? No.
He said he gonna stop. He done.
Thank you.
Look at Mathew built up like Cleveland.
Senior Knowles. You guys put in work, and obviously the talent was there with your kids and your grandkids. What work does she put in? In the hair. Okay. Yes, you're absolutely right. The styling. The styling.
Yeah, Mathew is shaped like Cleveland. Look at him. Look. His name is Mathew Brown, and he is proud to be. Look, look. And even a bear. Look. He is. Look at him. Look at him. Some of the food go straight to his stomach. Nowhere else. Nowhere else. That's all that cheating. That's all that cheating he was doing. Y'all know that's why Tina left. Because he had two churn on Tina. Mm-hmm. And Beyonce or Solange won't even look at him. They won't even look at him, girl. They be sending about them kids, sending about that Beyonce and Solange be like that. Do you want to be a snowman? Girl. Yes, he had two churn. Two, a boy and a girl by two different womans. Yes, two different womans. Yes. Shout out to Tippy. She says, "Not you calling that man Cleveland? He do look like Cleveland, girl. He do. That's what Mathew giving. Look at him in his chair. He give him every bit of. My name is Mathew Brown, and I am proud to be back up in the H-Town with my Texas family. Yes. There's old friends and new friends and even a bear. Yes. It's true love we share. Yes. So now I found a place that everyone will know. My happy mustache face. This is the Mathew Brown Show. Look, he is shaped like a Build-A-Bear. Ooh, Beyonce, girl, your dad retaining water, girl. Ooh, he retaining water, girl. With them both controlled glasses. Mm, I could never let Beyonce's father be on top of me. Get your mirror hands. Get your mirrored hands off. And I'm a girl. Mhm. So he said Tina ain't do merch. Mathew, if Tina didn't do merch, then why is she still around and you not? Why when Beyonce says somebody getting fired? Was talking about you? Thought she was talking about the lighting guy. But is Mighty worth that same tour? Bye bye, Mathew. Beyonce built like her mother. Back in the day. Hmm. Not Beyonce built like her surgeon built her. Love her down. Love her down. But them twins told Beyonce to hell up. They sure did. They didn't have to know to be bad. Yes, ma'am. Y'all see Beyonce Black is King? Lonely king, you are king already. So everything. She was thick as hell. They didn't get thicker. I was like, is she like Beyonce was shaped like a sexy hippo. Hmm. I said, ooh, girl. Ooh, turn around. Ooh, gone, girl. Okay. All right, Beyonce. Yes. Yes, she was big as hell. She was. I was like, but look at our girl. Yes. It didn't get thicker. I said, is she thick or like one Reese's Pieces away from plus size? She was treading the line in Black Skin. But them twins, oh yeah, they tore her up. Blue Ivy was a cute little pretty pregnancy. But them twins, girl, that's a whole nother story. Yes, yes. Was she grits thick or oatmeal thick? Oatmeal pancakes with some grits on the side. With some grits on the side. Girl, it was a lot. I was like, ooh, but look at my girl. Beyonce, go out there. Beyonce, go out there. Go out there. Go out there. Man, she looked good. But I was just like, I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know. But she looked good. Like, she didn't look bad. I just didn't know what was. I'm like, well, I've never seen anybody this thick. Amazing. Jay-Z lucky. He lucky. Black eye. Because, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. That was my wife. She'd be running out the room. She'd running out the room. Back in. Because, yeah. Okay. He said Ashanti. I don't know what it is about Ashanti, but I don't like her. I don't know what it is. I don't like her. I don't. I don't like Ashanti. I don't know why. Like, cause she could sing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? She got a cute little singing voice. And when I don't know, she annoys the out of me. I don't know what it is. I don't. When I see people like Maya, I love them. The A. Marie's and all the girlies, from like back in the Dizzle. But Ashanti, she get on my nerves. I don't know what. Just the sight of her annoys me. I don't know why. I want to like her. I just don't. I don't like Ashanti. She Ashanti does give Keisha Cole. She does. Because back in the day when Keisha Cole did the reality shows with her family on BET, I kind of liked Keisha. And then like when she got a little older and then did like Love and Flip Flop and all that, I just don't really care for her. Like she's kind of just there. It's like, oh hey Keisha. Yeah, excuse me. I have to pee. Like that's what it gives. It doesn't give like, oh Keisha Cole. It doesn't give that. Beyonce, I feel like the reason why Beyonce gets a lot of flack because she like a groundhog. We like never see her. She's too hidden. We know who she is, but we don't know her. She's like hidden, like thrown in the closet and they lock the door and then they just like let her out at certain times. That's how her personality gives on social media. Like she doesn't have one. She doesn't have an online persona. It gives calculated. Everything is calculated with Beyonce, and that's not genuine. That's why people love the Rihanna's. Rihanna ain't dropped an album in what 10 years, and everybody still just like adores her because of her personality. Rihanna has adult personality. Like she seems like a cool chick. She don't hide. You know, that's how I feel. Like Rihanna don't care if she slip and fall. She don't mind you saying it. Like she don't care. She burp. She don't mind you hearing it. She gonna say excuse me, but she don't mind that. Like she's not calculated. When you see Rihanna, you just see her. You know, and I think that people miss blue blasphemy. Rihanna can sing. Yet blasphemy. Rihanna can sing. Trust me. She can sing, girl. If you're ever bored and you don't think Rihanna can sing, go listen to her. It's not unplugged, it's something else, but she sings "Love on the Brain." Rihanna can sing, like she really can. Like she really does have vocals. I think a lot of her songs are more sort of like party songs, but like when it's time for her to get down, like Rihanna can sing. Like I do. I used to think back in the day too, she was kind of just like a, doo-wop pop, type of singer, but she can sing. Like if, she can. I've heard it. And I'm a tough critic. But I was like, okay, Rihanna, all right. I'm like, okay, you actually got like range, and like all of that. I'm like, okay. But yeah, I love her now. So I think that's why people love Rihanna because she seems like the girl next door, or the girl that you will bump into in high school, is what Rihanna gives. Beyonce does not. Beyonce gives plastic. And I love Beyonce. I know that's my girl. But her personality couldn't be more frozen, you know. She says, I can't blame B for being that way. I wouldn't blame her if she was just doing music. Because back then Mystique was big being an artist. Like you needed some type of mystery to you. But when you're trying to sell products and brands and whatnot, personality is important. It's very important. And that's why I feel like with Beyonce, people don't like get it. Like when she was doing like her little secret or sacred commercials for her hair and on her skin and stuff like that, it just really wasn't relatable. With Beyonce, it kind of fell flat. I think the over promotion is what made it successful, sacred, but just naturally being successful, no, no. Mm, mm, calculated is like what it gives. Dropping it during tour, dropping it during albums and whatnot. While people are paying attention to my album, also pay attention to my merchandise. Is what it gives. Not just like Rihanna ain't sold an album in 10+ years, but she's still a billionaire based off of her branding. Beyonce, not so much. And I think the reason why Beyonce is so far behind when it comes to like income and whatnot, like a Rihanna and whatnot, is because Rihanna doesn't hide. Rihanna doesn't hide. Rihanna don't give up. And Beyonce could be the same way. Beyonce cared too much, and Rihanna don't care at all. That's why people love her because Rihanna don't give up. She will cuss you right out. Like if she have to, she'll get right with you. But other than that, she's a lovable, likable person. Is what Rihanna gives. Beyonce gives. Oh my God, it's Beyonce. You know, Rihanna gives like, oh my God, it's Rihanna, and then like run up to her and she'll like put her arm around you, be like, hey girl, like Rihanna gives that. Beyonce gives can't be approached because her security gonna knock you down to the ground. Like, Beyonce gives, I only have 2 seconds and I gotta make it to the elevator. So it's just like you try to hopefully snap a picture, but other than that, she's not relatable. Relatable is stopping and talking to your fans, saying hello to them. That's relatable. Rihanna, all of the girlies. And you can't say like, oh, well, Beyonce's been doing this for a long time, so has Rihanna. But she'll still, stop and talk to her fans and, and whatnot. And Beyonce has a stronger fan base than damn near anybody on the planet. The Beehive, I mean, between the Beehive and the Barbs, I mean, it really don't get bigger. And, you know, yeah, Cardi is relatable. Yes. I would say she's very relatable. Nicki Minaj, iffy, It's iffy with Nicki. But I feel like Cardi B is very relatable and approachable. Nicki Minaj, um, yeah, there's an age difference too. Rihanna's knocking on Ford's door. Beyonce in her 40s. So it's not like Beyonce 52, Rihanna 26. They're like right behind each other. They're like right there. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, so I don't feel like it's that big of an age difference. When it's decades in between the nation, then yeah, it's like I wouldn't compare like Beyonce and Diana Ross. Diana Ross is a decent age older, than Beyonce, different times. Beyonce and Rihanna, kind of around the same, few years later, Rihanna, boom, hits the scene. Beyonce wasn't far in her solo career before Rihanna came out. So, yeah, they're kind of like industry sisters, I mean, if you will. So they're coming up, at the same time. Music is the same age, though, right? So it's like, you see what I'm saying? I mean, because I'm closer to Rihanna's age than I am Beyonce's, but I'm still like Beyonce era. I was a kid when Beyonce came out, so it wasn't like Beyonce was doing her thing before I ever came on the scene, like born, type of situation. Rihanna was very so much alive watching Beyonce, you know. So I don't feel like it's that. I just think that it's based on personality. Beyonce gives a sheltered life. Her dad was basically forcing her to be a star since she was a kid. Rihanna seemed like she got out there, have friends, got to hang out, have a good time. So her personality, I feel, makes her different. because of that. But I feel like with Beyonce, she lived a very sheltered life. She hung out with her sister more than she hung with anybody. I think that's why they're still so close, to this day, because they pretty much like only had each other. Um, so yeah, but it gives like Rihanna. Rihanna was out there having fun. Rihanna was out there living life, while Beyonce lived this kind of like calculated, predicted, type of life, getting with Jay-Z, marrying Jay-Z, having kids with Jay-Z. Like that's all predictable. Rihanna, wildfire. Like you just never really know what you're gonna get from her. Very unpredictable. So, but Beyonce gives like you kind of know what's going to happen. Beyonce goes somewhere, she's gonna sit in the aisle and on the audience, her legs crossed, and do that. Rihanna, you don't know what you're gonna get. She may flick someone off, she may cuss somebody out, you know. You just never know. She may get on stage and throw a whole bunch of hundreds off of it. But like you just never know what you're gonna get from Rihanna. But when it comes to Beyonce, calculate. It's kind of like, yep, she's gonna get up there, she's gonna perform, it's gonna be a clean performance, beautiful vocals, and then she's just gonna get down. And then go sit back in the audience. Very predictable. But Rihanna, you never know what you're gonna get. You never know. So yeah, shout out to my girls, Beyonce and Rihanna. So Mathew, please, trying to make it seem like Tina knows and do anything. If Tina wasn't beneficial with Destiny's Child, why don't Destiny's Child go back on tour? Why doesn't Destiny's Child drop another album? They don't want anything to do with you, Mathew. Mathew owns the Destiny's Child trademark, has the rights to the majority of their music, okay, and whatnot. This is why they stay away from that brand. This is why Beyonce gets them the girls back together when she brings them on stage. They say Beyonce says, "Welcome Michelle to the stage. Welcome Kelly to the stage." She don't say Destiny's Child. Like she don't say that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. They got rid of Destiny's Child when their contract was up. Okay, and then Beyonce dad had already cheated, right? And then Mama Tina and Mathew were trying to work it out, after the cheating and all of that stuff. This is why Farrah left the group. Farrah left the group because Mathew was trying to sleep with her. Literally. That's why she wasn't in the group no more. And that's also why Beyonce didn't like her. Beyonce did not like Farrah because, right, luggage. Beyonce did not like Farrah because she was a trash singer. That didn't have anything to do with it because they could just turn her down, and the girls that could sing would. Tina is Beyonce's mom. Okay. So imagine your dad, somebody you love and look up to, trying to holler at somebody in your group and you crazy about your mom. That's where the hostility came from. Because they could see that clearly Mathew had different interests in Farrah. Okay. Beyonce not about to let you play on her mama top. Right. Now I can control my daddy, but I can't control you. Okay. Take your luggage and get the fuck up out of here. Okay. Beyonce was removing Farrah from the group so she didn't have to worry about her dad sleeping with her. Because he was definitely trying to. Okay. The special treatment, how he was treating her. When I don't feel like Beyonce cared about special treatment because Beyonce is the lead singer. So she's gonna get special treatment no matter what. But I feel like she didn't want Farrah, her dad, you know what I'm saying? So she's like, yeah, you gotta go. Because her allegiance to her mother, you know. It ain't like their manager was just a random dude and, happened to have a crush on Farrah. Who, whatever. Ain't really whatever. I ain't getting in it. Mom ain't been in it, but this her father. My dad trying to holler at, you know what I'm saying? So it was misplaced anger. I feel like Beyonce was really mad at Mathew, not Farrah, because Farrah really didn't do nothing. When you think about it, she really didn't do much. Mathew knew she couldn't sing when he put her in a group. What's the point of putting a girl in a group that can't sing? Seems you getting the drift? He put her in a group because he wanted to sleep with her. He could care less. about her vocal capabilities because she can sing and she can dance. Farrah is not a singer. She was horrible, horrible. You can't put a girl in a group that a vocalist with no vocals because she didn't have mm-mm, no. That's why she didn't get no lead verses or anything like that. She didn't get to sing solo because she couldn't sing. Everybody else sang solo. Everybody else did. And the girls that even didn't, like Latavia and Latoya, they both could still really sing. Like Latoya, y'all know Latoya can sing down. Okay, Torn, one of my favorite songs. Okay, still listen to that song too. And Not Anymore by Latoya Luckett. Love Latoya. Y'all know Latoya can sing down. Okay, so you know she was talented. She could dance. Same thing with Latavia. Latavia could sing down, right? That's why they were in the group. Because all four of those women could blow. They could all sing, right? And then yeah, Latavia was shy, but she could sing. You know, she girl got vocals. But Latoya pipes, you know, like Tori could really sing. You know, like damn, man. You know, so I was excited to hear like Latoya have some solo parts too, so we could like hear her. Um, but yeah, so they could sing. And he put them out the group because they was messing with Jagged Edge. Uh-huh. When they was all on tour. When Destiny Child went on their first tour, Jagged Edge was on a tour too. And the brothers was messing with Latoya and Latavia, you know, the twins, in the group, y'all. hmm And then Candy was about to beat their ass, right? Because Candy had a whole Candy Burris had because she brought out Jagged Edge. Candy Burris had a whole man back at home, and so did the twin. What's his name? Brandon. He had a girl back at home with a baby. Uh-huh. And he was on tour, super cheating, right? And he was with Latavia. hmm So Candy, because Candy Burris was on tour with them at the time, okay, because that was her group, Jagged Edge. Uh-huh. And she was writing their songs, all that. And she was sleeping with one too. Oh girl. So Latavia and Candy was about to on tour. Mhm. So Mathew said he was gonna focus since y'all want to sleep with me. Since y'all don't want to sleep with me, okay, you two hoes is out the group. Since y'all trying to sleep with them and not me, y'all supposed to be trying to creep up in my room. But I hear y'all in the back of the bus with them. Talking about some put it right there. Ooh, yeah, girl. So yeah, that's why they got booted from the group. Because they didn't want to stop dating the guys. So he sent them home. He's like, yeah, well, y'all gotta go. Get your luggage. And so they got the boot. Mhm. Latoya and Latavia did plenty of interviews back about it in the 90s. They did. This is why Beyonce was over there going crazy. Because it really wasn't her fault, that the group members kept changing. But since she was the lead singer, everybody blamed it on her. Everybody was like, oh, it's because of Beyonce. It's because Beyonce didn't want them in the group. Beyonce didn't want them in the group. Like everything was blamed on her. And I'm not gonna lie, I blamed it on her too. I said, it's the high yellow one. It's her. It's her. When it really wasn't. Poor Beyonce. Poor thing. Because she got blamed for it. Everybody blamed her. And one of the biggest people that blamed her was Wendy Williams at the time. That's why Beyonce hates Wendy Williams to this day. Hates her. Because Whitney put all the tea out there. And Beyonce did not like that. No, she did not. So yeah, that was y'all know I love the '90s tea and all of that stuff. It's a lot of stuff that had went down that we have really no idea about because we didn't have what we have now. So we really didn't know. Yes, I know. Yes, I know all the good gossip, girl. But you can check my survivings. Like in my surviving, we've talked about a lot of all of this. And this were with the receipts, with the articles, interviews, and people saying this and that. When we have receipts, so it's not us just saying it. Just go, oh, they said no. This happened. Like this literally happened, because I didn't know that Jagged Edge had anything to do with Candy Burris. I know none of that. I had no idea. Until you start, digging in the crates. And, you find out a lot of stuff. Just like, wow. I was like, girl, shut your mouth and keep on talking. And y'all know I'm messy. Y'all know I'm messy, so I'm here for it. I'm messy, so I'm here for it, girl. But yeah, but everybody blamed Beyonce, and Beyonce, wouldn't just cried and cried and cried in her room for weeks. And then they found Michelle and Farrah, girl. And they was making jokes about Beyonce on Saturday Night Live, Mad TV, all of that was dogging Beyonce. Girl, they were dogging her. And then they dropped Farrah from the group because Mathew didn't want to keep his hands to himself, propositioning that girl. And she did an interview about it. And that's really what got her to boot. Okay, because when she had went back home, because she was waiting to fly back out and meet up with the girls because she was real sick. She had caught like a flu or something like that. So she was supposed to go back and be with the girls. They didn't call for her. They went on tour. They went to the next tour date, all of that with or next show date without her, whatnot. So then she did a little interview and she talked a little bit about like how she wasn't really feeling Mathew Knowles like that. And that was it for her. It's like, yeah, bye-bye. You're gone. And then Beyonce kept making it seem like it was a vocal thing. Beyonce be like, oh yeah, not all the members in the group can sing. All the Beyonce was on major shade at Farrah. But people had no idea. The reason Beyonce was on all that shade is because her own daddy tried to sleep with Farrah. He did. Mathew was trying to sleep with that girl. That's fact. Yes, he was. He wanted her. He wanted to be with her. She was like a baby Tina. Because that's what she gave. Like a young Tina Knowles. Creole, Creole looking, she gave like a baby Tina. Mhm. Correct. Correct. So that's the reason Beyonce was mad at her. And then he cheated on her mom, and then he got a girl pregnant, and that was while they were in Destiny's Child. Then their destiny fulfilled because their contract was up. So they like, since you're gonna have kids playing my mom at top, all of that, it's a wrap. You got me up. And I'm a girl. And then he was still managing Beyonce because he had Beyonce still underneath that contract, managing contract. And then he had another baby by another woman. Okay, and this is when Tina Knowles got divorced. This is when she was like, That's it. I'm done. Like, girl, it's over." And she got a divorce. And soon after that, Jay-Z pretty much convinced Mathew to cut ties with Beyonce. Beyonce bought him out of his contract because it wasn't up yet. Beyonce and Jay-Z got a deal together with Mathew to buy him out. They bought him out, and Beyonce been managing herself ever since. So that's the real reason Beyonce got rid of Mathew. That's because he kept cheating on their mom, having children, all of that stuff. Beyonce, yeah, like that, and separated him from her family. So she still will spend time with her father. She's still a daddy's girl, but not like Solange. Solange's and Mathew are like thicker than thieves. They're super close. And Beyonce is like that with her mom. So it's like Solange is super close with their dad, and Beyonce is super close with her mom. Mathew spends a lot of time with Solange and Jules, and whatnot. And Tina spends a lot of time with, Beyonce, Blue, and, Remy and Sir. That's just how it is. So they are like divided. Beyonce rarely sees her father. Rarely. I'm sure she talks to him on the phone here and there. But yeah, her daddy is Jay. Yeah, like she not really deal with him like that. After he betrayed their family. Okay. And that's why she said the Lemonade album is about her father, not Jay-Z. She said that's about him. She says actually about my dad. Y'all tried it. It's like, yeah, I'm not talking about Jay-Z. I'm talking about my dad. That's the cheating mother I'm talking about. That's the one I'm saying. If I wear her skin, all of that. No, I'm talking about my mama. If my mama wear her skin, when you stop cheating on her, like that's how Beyonce pushed it. But I still feel like the album was majority about Jay-Z, in my opinion. But yeah, I do feel like it's a couple track like Daddy Lessons, stuff like that. Yeah, she's talking about Pappy. But overall, she's talking about Jason. Moving right along. So let's get into this. Girl. Girl. US represent actually let's get this first. Let's do Cardi B and Tasha K. Let's do Cardi B and Tasha K. Oop, Cardi B asked judge to have Tasha K appear in court for examination of her finances after original 4 million defamation judgments. Okay, let's get into that. Neighbors, this one never talk. This is interesting. Cardi B isn't letting up on Tasha K when it comes to her money. According to TMZ, the rapper has submitted a request for Tasha K to show up in court for a deep dive into her finances. She wants to see tax returns and hard documents detailing what Tasha is raking it in from YouTube and other social media platforms. As previously reported, Cardi won a $3.9 million judgment when she went after Tasha for defamation. However, Tasha filed for bankruptcy, which rerouted things. A plan was created for Cardi to pay one, or sorry, was a plan was created to pay Cardi 1.2 million over a span of 5 years, with Tasha ordered to file quarterly reports of her income. There was also a sorry, hold on. Right. Also, a disparagement of clause noting that Tasha couldn't make make any derogatory or defamatory remarks about Cardi or her family. Now, Cardi and Tasha have a recent spat, with both ladies hopping on Twitter Spaces going in amid Stefan Diggs drama. The rapper made it very clear that she'll be coming for Tasha and believes she's hiding money somewhere. Cardi, look at here. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Cardi, all you think you getting, we ain't got it. Okay? Now look at here. Tasha K got a few dollars for you. Tasha K got a few dollars for you. Okay, girl. Take these few dollars. Take the kids home to Chuck E. Cheese or somewhere like that. Got you on there. Leave Tasha alone, girl. Now, Tasha, go ahead and get this girl a couple dollars, 15, $20, and call this a day. Nah, because Cardi be mad because she keep going to pick ain't shit niggas. Like, what, girl, what does that? Cardi, the lawsuit does not protect anybody you ever come encounter with. You specifically meant you, Offset, your sister, people. That's who you were talking about. Your children. That's who you're talking about. So because you keep going out here having children by different people, you feel like everybody that you open your legs to is off limits. That's confusing when you are a celebrity, like you're a superstar. So you already know anybody you attach yourself to, everyone's going to instantly put a spotlight over 'em. You start dating a female, same thing. Spotlight. Are you okay? I would see if Tasha was digging up old wounds, stuff like that. And it's like, okay, Tasha, girl, clearly you want this. You want her doing this. But spitefully going after somebody's wages is crazy work. You've already done all this. You've brought Tasha K in court. You had your lawyers look over her wages. What happened? What happened? Nothing. So I feel like it's going to be the same thing here. I feel like it's going to be the same thing here. Cardi, look at me. You're not getting that money. Girl, you might as well. Girl, you ain't getting it. It's been years, girl. Years. Now you get a few dollars there, a few dollars there. And I feel like Cardi needs to let people know that she has gotten some money. She makes it seem like Tasha K ain't paid 1 red cent. Cardi is the one that went live talking about some. She was having Tasha K's wages garnished on YouTube, etc. So from last I checked, Tasha K does really well on YouTube. Really well. Tasha's still bringing in healthy checks over there on YouTube. So if you are allegedly, because I don't know any of that to be true, but if you are allegedly garnishing Tasha K's wages, you are getting some compensation, right? So you just have to let the cards fall where they fall. No judge is going to open up Tasha's bank account, take what's in it, and hand it to you. That's not happening. It's illegal. So, girl, just let it go. That's what most people do. Just let it go. You file what you need to file. They grab the money, they grab it. But this feeling like I can't stand her. Like, I mean, is you gonna do this every time? Because you done already broke up with Stefan. So I'm sure you'll be with another dude sometime soon. So when people start talking about him, is that what you gonna sit down again? Like, you gonna look at her wages again? And then you say you feel like she's hiding money. What makes you think that? What makes you think that? When does Tasha K go live saying she rich? When does Tasha K go live saying she's in the multi-million-dollar homes and like when? Tasha don't live in Georgia. Cardi, didn't you say something about you taking her house or something like that? But what happened to all of that? I'm just confused because she keep doing this, but nothing happens. Like, you're pretty much wasting your lawyer's time, the lawyer's time at this point. Yeah, I mean, but they don't mind because you're paying them. So I mean, I just I don't get it. It went from they were taking Tasha's home, they were garnishing Tasha's wages, all of this stuff. And now all of a sudden, I'm taking Tasha K back to court. For what? For what? The clause, even when talking about family, does not protect anybody in the future. As far as that lawsuit's concerned, Cardi, that the last person you were talking about protecting was Offset. Y'all are divorced. You and a whole nother baby daddy. Had a whole kid, all that. It don't protect Stefan. It don't. Whoever you date next, it don't protect him either. That's not how it goes. It's not. I don't. Maybe somebody should explain it to her better. But it doesn't mean every time you date someone, they're protected. She can't speak on them. When you were married, suing her. You know what I'm saying? So it's protecting your family, you, Offset, the children. You haven't taken her back to court. You haven't sued her again. Like, so it doesn't protect anybody beyond that lawsuit. So whoever was in your life then, that's who it protects. That's who it protects. It doesn't even protect your new baby. If Tasha wanted to talk about your new kid, she could. He didn't even exist when you sued the first time. He wasn't here. Neither was Blossom. But Blossom is by Offset. Your last child is not. So he don't really fall in the family, guys, when Stefan doesn't. So she talks about Stefan to bring up your child because Stefan has a child with you. You're not a parent by yourself. Like, you didn't create the baby alone. So if I have a clause against someone like you do, Cardi, and I break up with the person that I was with, I have another child, it doesn't protect the woman I'm having the child with, nor the child. It doesn't protect either one of them. So if that person wanted to talk about that person that I was with now and the child, they could. They don't protect them. So what Cardi's doing right now to me is frivolous. Like it's like, why are you wasting people's time? Because that's what you are doing. You're not going to pull up any audio of Tasha K saying Cardi B. You're not going to pull up any of that. And you're also not going to pull up any audio of Cardi or of Tasha K putting any allegations on Cardi B. Okay? Cardi, you do not get to come forward with the clause because the clause protects Tasha too. It protects Tasha too. So in court, you can't have a clause on someone to not speak on you, but you speak on them and you get to antagonize them. It don't work like that. It doesn't. It's like restraining orders. If you have a restraining order on someone, you can't go to where they are. Like you shouldn't be. Now, if it's a public place, that's different, but you shouldn't be going to events because they're at certain places and you're going because you have paperwork stating that they can't be around you. So you're only going to the event to weaponize your restraining order against them. But you swear that you don't want them anywhere near you, then why are you showing up places that they are? So both parties are protected. So there's things in place to set up a person that has a restraining order even against them. So if they're at a certain place first, whatnot, that they get to stay or da da da. There's things that protect them. So it's the same thing with Tasha. You don't get to go forward and antagonize her. You don't get to do that. You don't. If I don't want somebody speaking on me, then I should not be speaking on them. When a weirdo on here tried to sue me, it was the same thing. And even the judge stated that neither one of us speak on each other, not just one side. It wasn't just since this person's suing you, they can't speak on you anymore, but you can speak. No, it don't work like that. It does not, I promise you. And I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but I can promise you it's not one sided. It's not. And you be popping it. So all that stuff you said about Tasha K and all of that stuff, you talk about her looks, that she was ugly, I'll talk about her skin complexion. You said all type of stuff about her. Dogged her. But she's supposed to remain silent because that's what her the details of the lawsuit state. That she is supposed to fall back. Yes, her complexion. She went in on top. We did a video on it. This was just recent, like what, a month or two ago. She went in on Tasha. She very so much did. Went in. Okay. And then Tasha had to come forward more sort of like nonchalant. Like she really couldn't say what she wanted to say. Tasha K came forward talking about her skin and saying, like, I feel like I have beautiful skin. I like my nose and all that. She didn't say anything Cardi related. She just said because Cardi B live right now popping it about, she didn't say Cardi name, nothing. She just came forward more so talking about herself, like uplifting all of the things that Cardi B was trying to tear down about her. Okay. Because she went there with Tasha. Oh, girl, she went there. She did. And as a content creator, I know that was very hard for Tasha not to respond. Okay. Cardi was just doing the same thing with Armand, popping it with Armand, popping it. And then as soon as Armand responds, it's a problem. She threatening to send people after him if they see him outside, type of situation. She doxed Armand's address, where he lives. She doxed Armand's phone number. This is Cardi B. Cardi B. Yes. And this is happening around the same time frame. Armand was just getting chased down the street by her and Barty Gang. And then she started chasing Tasha. Armand was not favorable. Y'all didn't know this about Armand. This is why Armand took a break. Armand was going through a lot over there with Barty Gang. Cardi B doxed that man in spaces. She doxed him. Yes, she went in on Armand. Yes, she did. Okay, and doxed that man for nothing, all because of a difference of opinion. Armand wasn't like attacking her, trying to take a bag from her. You know, he wasn't doing nothing like that. No, he was not. She was actually trying to take it back from him because Armand was on Angela Yee's morning show. If y'all listen to the radio, I was driving one day. I said, "Is that Armand?" I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was so proud. I see you. So Armand was on Angela Yee's morning show for the Diddy trial and other stuff, right? So Cardi, well, a question was asked of Armand on Angela Yee's about Cardi B and some of the men that have been in her life. It was something like that. And I guess Cardi didn't like Armand's response about because it was some drama that Cardi had going on within that minute in the group. So Cardi had called Angela Yee and told Angela Yee, like, don't be asking Armand, don't be asking the people that my haters nothing about me, and da da da. Basically, like trying to pour salt on Armand, you know. Because and Angela Yee, like, oh, I didn't know that y'all had a problem, everything, I thought everything was on the up and up. Because I feel like Angela Yee wouldn't have asked Armand certain questions about Cardi if she would have known that it was smoke. But here's my thing: who the call someone because a YouTuber is on their platform. Girl, how petty are you? So you literally called Angela about her mom? Are you okay? Rihanna would never. Hell, even Nicki ain't that petty. And it's her last name. I said, girl, Claudia Guerrero, you really called Angela. And what our mom said was surface level. Our mom didn't go in on Cardi. He didn't go in on anybody in Cardi's love life or anything like that. No, that didn't happen. I was like, what the? Yeah. But she literally called about our mom. And then our mom felt some type of way, which why wouldn't he? I would feel some type of way too. Like, girl, why are you playing with my bag? Like, leave me alone. Yo. And yeah, she went in on Armand. Then she started doxing Armand, all that. Armand went live, responded, and you know, that's when he told her to spell car. I told her to spell car, okay? Because she was talking, she was comparing. She was just like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm da 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 da. You in an apartment with one bedroom and da 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 da. It's like, Cardi, why are you popping it with our mind about materialistic things? You're rich. You're a national phenomenon. You're comparing yourself to someone that is up and coming in podcasting. Are you okay? Are you okay? They start talking about my music, and I'm like, she really went there. You know, it was a letdown because it's just like, girl, I don't feel like bloggers are getting into this to get into it with celebrities. I think most people are getting into it because they admire them. Okay, I know that's why I got into celebrity blogging. It's because I admire a lot of celebrities. Some of them I can't stand, but the majority of them I admire. So, but I didn't get into this game to like beef with them. So like that. I mean, whatever. But it's definitely like big bank, little bank. Like it's like Jamie Foxx going live right now comparing himself to me. It's like, are you okay? Do you have an Android phone? Because like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Yeah, because Graham, what is the comparison? Like, what are we comparing right now? You win, you know. And I feel like with Armand is the same way. Like, what are we comparing? You win. Like, I mean, okay, you got that. I never said you didn't. You know. Um, Amar was never trying to compare his life to Cardi's. Like, I was confused. Um, but yeah, so she super poked Tasha. She went in on Tasha. I I was proud of Tasha because when I tell you I would have went nuclear. When I tell you how I would have ripped her to shreds, girl, I would have turned into Onika. I would have turned into Onika. Like, princess will keep her names out of their mouth. That's the weird thing about that is that Cardi should probably go in a hole and bury herself. Like, I ain't never met a sensitive gangster before in my life. Cardi is the first sensitive thug I've ever seen. It's weird how you be out here popping it, popping it. You'll do this, you'll do that, da da da, this, that. But then when somebody just simply has a comment on you that you're not favorable of, and you just like it gives it's not for you. It's just not for her if you can't handle criticism. Sometimes it's constructive and sometimes it's not. But that's what it gives. It's just like I don't give a who how many people talking about me right now? I don't care because I'm too busy pouring into the people that care about me. Like the people that's here right now. I could be live right now, hooping and hollering at people that don't like me. I could be doing that right now. Why? When there's so many people that love me and appreciate the little talent that I do have here on the media. And I can pour into the people that care about me, the ones that want me to shine, the ones that want me to do well in life. Why keep paying attention to the people that feel like I'm in their way? Like, why? Why sit here all day and give people energy? It's way more easy. It's so much easier to go live and give this type of energy to where we're having fun and enjoying ourselves than me over here irate, blood pressure high, all of that hooping and hollering at someone. And at the beginning of the video, middle of the video, end of the video, they're still going to have their same thought process. Like nothing will change. They're still going to not like me. They're still going to pop it. They're still going to do all of that. So why waste my time? When I could be over here enjoying myself. Same thing with her. She should be on tour enjoying herself and her fans instead of worried about what people on the internet. Are you okay? Are you all right? Because it's giving Cardi, this ain't for you. This ain't for you. Why are you gay? Your dad. So this one time I was at the grocery store and your dad was there. And like, I see why your mom lost everything. I'm just not that type of girl. But that's why. Like your dad was just, you know. I mean, you're here, right? Yeah. Your dad make it do what it do. So yeah, your father. Yes, I'm definitely a father. That's what they call me. So yes, hide your dads. Sean's coming. So you have to think beyond the point of your own nose. These celebrities don't have nothing else to do. They should. As busy as they say they is, because they swear they're so busy. They swear they're so busy. Because I wouldn't have time for none of that. No. You think I'm about to be wasting my time on Twitter Spaces and all that, and I just had a new baby and got 3 of them at home? You think I got time to argue? Unless it's with a babysitter or the mama or the daddy? Like, I mean, that's it. I don't have time for anything else. I don't give up about what Tasha doing. I don't give up about what Armand. I don't care about none of that. None of that. But she make time for it because she is a sensitive gangster. She's way too sensitive. Way too sensitive. Her feelings get her way too easy. Way too easy, sweetie. Way too easy. So yeah, that's annoying. That it's annoying. People look at Cardi B as annoying. It's like she's always got to complain about something. Always. It's like life is just never good. Girl, life ain't never good. That's what Cardi gives. I'm just keeping it real. She gives everything is out of place. Everybody hating on me. Everybody hating on me. Like everyone hates me. Like it's just like, girl, go sit down somewhere. Like it's like, girl, we don't care. I promise you. It'd be nice to see her name in the title and it's something good. Like her being on tour and stuff like that. I like seeing those little videos of her on tour and all that. Good for her. She working. I love to see people work. But girl, if she ain't complaining about groceries, and she complaining about, girl, I cannot. So let's get into this.
Harry, man, you see that fool, yo? Yeah, they saying he ain't himself no more, man. They saying they got Jim. He do look different though, I ain't gonna lie. What it seems like to me is the real Jim Carrey a little bit ahead of himself. He got a little out of control. He's talking too much. They had to snatch him. They had to put their Jim Carrey in his place so that he can the right message that they want people to hear. But don't quote me on that because I don't want them to snatch me and give y'all a fake me. Oh, look at that. That's crazy. You see that? What happened to Jim Carrey, man? You see that?
Okay, so the internet is a buzz about Jim Carrey, all right? They're alleging that the old Jim Carrey was removed and there is a new Jim Carrey. The only thing worse than a celebrity conspiracy theory with no receipt is a celebrity saying the conspiracy. Did I say that right? I felt like I did. Um, okay. Conspiracy theories are fun with people like me. Okay? Like the unknown, right? People like you, Wiz, it's not fun. It's not fun. It gives gimmick. See, y'all take the life out of it, out of conspiracies. Okay? You know who else is taking the life out of conspiracies? Not my son. Okay? Yes. The failed background singer, Had You All Right. Okay? Making a song, making the song crying. Not my son. Had You All Right. Is a stupid bitch. And she is someone that did a couple of flip ups, and a couple, you know, on a record or two. Okay. Before the industry said no ho. Okay. So Have You Robbed the Pants Right has definitely taken the fun out of conspiracy theories. Okay. Mixing psycho, bipolar, and being an unfit parent all together with a couple of notes on it, girl. Being able to fa la 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 dee 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 dee. And I'm girl. So Hag took a lot of fun out of conspiracy. Conspiracies used to be so much fun. Because then you could go down rabbit holes, and then there's information that you didn't know, and you're finding out from other people, like as you're going, and stuff like that. They could be so much fun. And then you have people like Wiz and the Jaguars that take all of the fun out of it, right? So allegedly, people are saying that Jim Carrey has been replaced, that there is a new one, a clone, that they have brought out of Jim. He's talking about, oh, maybe he was talking too much. And Wiz What is talking too much? Wouldn't you know? Y'all be swearing y'all down with a fold. You know that y'all know so much. What is talking too much? What is that? Because if you can't explain it, then that means that you don't know nothing about it. Wiz, what this is giving is the money's drying up, so you decided to hit go live and run with conspiracy theories and also conspiracy theories that other people are bringing up because you have a slight interest in it and you know it'll be an easy moneymaker for you because you were once upon a time in the industry. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. That's what it gives. No work, no effort being put into it at all. It's just you coming forward because you are Wiz Khalifa and you're just talking. You're just saying stuff. That same thing Hag did. Same thing Hag did because she met a couple people in the industry and told and messed up their songs. And I'm a girl. And then you have you. Yeah. So that's what it's giving. Very lazy. Very lazy. Okay. We like to see more work put in. All right. We want you to bring some of the people forward. We want you to bring the alumni to your house. Because y'all be swearing y'all know them. Because if they was talking too much, what about you? Are you saying that you were never entered? You were never brought into the fold. Because if you were never brought into the fold, talk about something else. Jim Carrey has not been replaced. Jim Carrey is old. Jim Carrey has always been very different, right? If people actually looked into these people instead of feeling like because you see a character on screen, that's who they are in real life, that's crazy work. Jim Carrey done been through all type of stuff. At one point, Jim Carrey stayed in pretty much like one of the apartments that he owned and just painted. That's all he would do. Nothing else. He wouldn't go outside, nothing. He would just stay indoors and paint. And he's actually a good painter, really good. Just paint. All type of stuff. Some of it was dark, some of it wasn't, but the majority of it was dark. He was just paint. That's it. Nothing else. hmm And y'all wondering why these people painting and why they go silent, why they take their lives. Just because it looks away doesn't mean it is. Right. Good point, Erica, bringing up Robin Williams. Everybody thought Robin Williams lived a decent life. He was wealthy, he had a beautiful family, all of that. But the things that he's done, and also some of the things that he's been taken through, okay? It takes people in comedy have been through devastating things. A lot of comics, right? I can even say that myself. You know, I've been through certain things. I've talked about it before. You know, I've been through some really bad things. But I feel like it's just something that like a light switch, you know, that's flipped on the inside of you. And I think that a lot of comics have been through just some horrible things, traumatic things. And they turn those real life situations into fun. Like they, because a lot of them are, when people, some of us, when we get uncomfortable, we laugh, right? It'll be something, a completely inappropriate situation to laugh at, but we will laugh just because we don't feel comfortable, you know? And I feel like comedians take that uncomfortable laugh and make it funny, you know? Um, so with Jim Carrey, he's been through a lot, right? And if you don't know the man's story, how are you judging him? I would hate to go into reclusion for a while and then come out of it and then people just tell me I'm cloned. Are you okay? Would y'all like that? Would that be okay for y'all? If y'all were just gone? Because again, Jim Carrey is one talented man. I still don't want anybody else to play the Grinch besides him. Phenomenal actor. From the Truman Show to Liar Liar, start being on a Living Color with it. He's incredible, right? I'm a huge Jim Carrey fan. And when I tell you I love me some Jim Carrey, I love Jim Carrey. All of the Ace Venturas, I love Jim Carrey. Okay. And he has been through a lot. And this industry has taken him through a lot. He's been in it from a young age. He spent pretty much his whole life in the industry. And there's some really bad people in Hollywood, really bad people. What makes the people worse in Hollywood, they get away with it. Correct. They get away with it. Slaps on the wrist. They get away with it. So it's not like out here, because even the people that tell, still nothing happens to those people that they're telling on. But guess what happens to them? They're ostracized. They're removed, blacklisted, canceled. Mhm. That's what happens. So they get away with it. That's why they say the industry will spit, it will eat you and spit you out. They sure will. They will destroy you. Bring in a perfectly wholesome individual and turn them into just a demon because of what they've been through is part of it. But the real reason why I feel like a lot of them fall into drugs and all this is because they got away with it. Even tell Drake Bell on Nickelodeon went through some terrible things, right? With his man that targeted him, groomed him, etc. He finally tells, this man goes to jail, gets right out. So it's not that he got out, right? He went right back into the same industry, right back, like nothing happened. He was brought right back around children, all of that, like nothing happened. Okay. And he's not the first. This is a repeat behavior, you know, it's repeated. So when Drake Bell started to do certain things to himself and he became violent, like even with like his wife and stuff like that, you got to think about what's going on. Like, okay, well, why is all of this happening? Because he's not known to be this type of person, you know? But so, okay, well, what's going on? Like, why? Nobody cares. Shia LaBeouf, this man is telling you, I fear big gay men. He says, if that makes me homophobic, then I guess I'm homophobic. He's not homophobic. He's not saying slurs and stuff like that, or just saying like he doesn't want to be near a gay person. To me, that's homophobic. Shia, he's been hurt. All that's telling me with him saying that is that big gay men in the industry have had their way with this boy, or man now, have had their way with him. He's went through some really bad things because Shia LaBeouf was the one to look to. He was like the next Brad Pitt. Like he was big from Transformers to, coming from the Disney Channel, then Transformers, all of it. Shia was huge. It didn't get bigger than Shia. He was huge. And he has so much potential, to be a massive star. Like nothing was in his way. Nothing. And then just all of a sudden, boom. It's like, what happened to Shia? Like, what is going on with him? You know? Same thing with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey stopped his career in his prime. In his prime, he stopped his career. Jim Carrey could have been making movie after movie after movie after movie. He's a legend. Who doesn't want to work with him? Like, who doesn't want to say, I did a movie with Jim Carrey? Who? There's no director that's going to turn down somebody like Jim Carrey. He's huge. And his fan base, wow. Wow. All the way from A Living Color to the last movie he featured in. crazy fan base. They go crazy. Okay, so if there's something different about him, I feel like we should check in on him. Not he's a clone. What? Didn't they just say the same thing about Ice Cube? Didn't they say the same thing about Jamie Foxx? Like, get a grip. Get a grip already. Shout out to King Gemini. Thank you so much for the super stick. I love you, King Gemini. Thank you. Love you. Thank you so much. It's like, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's see what Jim's going through before we just judge him. Okay? I feel like there's a lot that Jim Carrey has seen and witnessed. Look at everything going on with Epstein. Okay? Robin Williams was on that island. Was. Guess who else was on that island? Jim. Jim. Y'all think that just type of stuff just goes away? Y'all think that type of stuff just goes away? Because if it did, why is everybody acting like this? Look, hold on. Epstein, look, get into it.
Went to the fundraiser to support my friend Nia Lowy. All right. Excuse me, can I interrupt? I have another photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying from inside this room. Can you please advise me as to whether or not that's permissible and consistent with the rules, particularly given that we have asked for a public hearing? If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how I'm done with this? If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's sake. So I would like to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was.
It doesn't matter. We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah, well. I would like to take a break at this point. Yeah, I'd like to have a diet for now.
Go off the record. Go off the record.
So why are you so mad, Hillary? Why are you so mad? So they're putting up pictures because I believe that Hillary was there to hurt the girls, in my opinion. Okay? Now, there was the men that were there that were doing heinous things to those people. Okay? SCX with them as well. But I believe Hillary was there for the humiliation rituals and stuff that they would do. Correct. Yes. I do feel like Hillary, because it wasn't just women there. There were girls, there were boys there too. Just where Pizzagate, a lot of that stuff, was coming from. And I remember back in the day with the Podesta emails that he was, because the emails which were between John Podesta and Hillary Clinton, when he was like saying, like shouting her out for the video that was sent, I think that was a torture video. And I think that Hillary, allegedly, was doing the torturing in the video. I do. I don't think she was just there for like SEX gratification. I also think that she was there for, because there was a lot of very, very degrading things that was done to those people. They just didn't necessarily understand what was going on, because how could a person get pleasure out of that? Like, what's the pleasure out of hearing an adolescent screaming for dear life? Like, they're using like those cattle things, that they shock cattle with. What are those called? They're using like those on the kids, the like craziness. I was like, oh my goodness, those poor people, But I think that that's why she was there. I think that's a lot of what she did while there. She cattle prod. Thank you, trust me. Yeah, because there's videos that allegedly children were being hurt with the cattle prods, and I'm sure those hurt, And some of the pictures were some of the women that young ladies then, that Hillary was connected to. And Hillary was mad that they put up the photographs because it's like, okay, well, why are you mad if you're saying that you just went to certain events for fundraisers or because your friend was there? Why are you so angry? Because she knows what those pictures speak. Okay. And in the photograph, I don't think Hillary was fond of, I feel like she was embarrassed. She was like humiliated with even the small amount of people that were in the courtroom that had access to seeing those photos. I think that really pissed her off. And I think that's why she got so uptight and walked out of the room. Let's get into her husband when they put him in that position for him to see the photos. Look how weird he is. He's just sitting here staring. Look at him. Look at Bill reminiscing. Okay.
Mr. President, we have about 5 minutes remaining in the majority's first hour. So I just want to ask you some questions related to the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell.
Look how he's staring at this picture. Okay.
Mr. President, we have about 5 minutes remaining in the majority's first hour. So I just want to ask you some questions related to the crimes committed by Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell.
He literally smiled like, yeah, I told the line and I know, yeah, I ain't gonna hold it on. I was looking at it. And creep. I'm like, is you smiling? Ugh. Shout out to Kick Out Woman. Thank you so much for the super sticker. She says, yeah, and that Frazzle Drip video was Hillary and Huma ripping that little girl's face off. It's crazy. Right, girl. I feel like that's why she was there. She was there to hurt people. Like that's what she was there for. She got her pleasure out of hurting people. She liked that part of it. I don't think she really cared for anything else. I think that's why she showed up. She showed there to hurt people, the little ones that were there. She came to inflict pain. Is why I think she was there. And I think the real reason why she was doing it to those girls, why she wanted to hurt them, is because they were sleeping with her man. Hillary has always been in love with Bill. Bill, girl. Girl. So I think a lot of time, like envy, jealousy, I think that's another real reason. And then it gets to with Hillary that Hillary was like obsessed with her youth and obsessed with youth. Some women are like, like the Death Becomes Her movie. A lot of women are like that. I think it's more so of a clear woman trait. Of them being like obsessed with being young. I think that's not like so big in the Black community. It's because we stay young a lot longer. Mhm. Correct. Yes. There's plenty of women that are Black that are 40, 50 years old and look every bit of late 20s, early 30s. Okay. There's plenty of 70-year-old women that are Black that look like they're 40. So I feel like Black people have a less obsession with youth because standard wise, physically, I feel like we have it longer. Not gonna hold you. I know some dudes right now my age, same age as me, gray hair, or balding already. You know, but like it's just, but they're not black. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. I get carded every time I go into the liquor store. I've never not got carded, especially when I have my braces. Lord, I really got carded. I still get carded. I've never went into a bar and they just let me in ever. I always get carded. They are ID. Like, for real? Don't this supposed to stop? like, like, isn't this supposed to stop, girl? I thought this was supposed to stop. Like, what the? So it's annoying, you know? I just be like, why are carding me? I, I'm like 100. So, but Graham, but I do think with more so white women, they are more obsessed, with like aging and stuff like that because it is a lot quicker for them. So I feel like with Hillary, she's one of those people. I feel like she's one of those people that are obsessed with youth. And since she doesn't have it anymore, she's gonna have the ones that do. And I think that's where a lot of her allegedly hurting and harming those young ladies come from. That's something like envy, jealousy, jealous because their men, like the husbands that are there, would rather sleep with them than sleep with the wives, feeling a little washed up and thrown away. Um, yeah, I really think that's why she wanted to inflict pain. Usually people don't want to inflict pain, feel it on the inside, you know, going through a lot of stuff internally. And it makes them feel like they're getting it out. It's kind of like screaming or going to a rec room to where you just walk around just breaking stuff. Like it's like really upsetting. You kind of just need to just like get it out. Um, I feel like that's very similar to giving Hillary. Was Cher on there? I believe Cher was on the list. Naomi Campbell. There's so many people. Will, Jada, Orlando Bloom, I believe was on there. Katy Perry, even. There's a lot of people. A lot. The Nev Campbells, the Nicole Kidmans, the Tom Cruises, Chris Tucker, correct? Yeah, there's a lot of people on that list. So Bill looking at that list, extremely creepy, is crazy work. But guess who's next? Guess who's next? Jay-Z. Jay-Z. Yeah. So just like they were questioning Hillary and Bill, he's going to be sitting down and being questioned as well. And so Nancy wants Jay-Z to sit in Hillary and Bill Clinton's hot seat in regard to Epstein. It's important to note that while Jay-Z's name appeared in the recent large-scale releases of unsealed documents related to the Epstein case, his mention was based on unverified and anonymous tips rather than validated evidence. Okay, so they're not saying they necessarily have evidence against him. It's just more so of like tips that they've been given about Sean Carter, and his name is on the list. Hold on, it's right there at the bottom. Sean Carter. Sean Carter's list. His name is. It has made the list. Let me read that list. Rep. Nancy May says, Mr. Chairman, this is a solid start. The Oversight Committee, however, needs to bring in more individuals to more thoroughly continue the Epstein investigation. Here's my initial list, including your 7, but not including those already deposed. So, Woody Allen. Ooh, Woody Allen. I know that. I know the cameraman got you. I know the cameraman got you. Peter, Adia, Doug Band, Stephen Kevin Bannon, some foreign national, Gwendolyn Beck, Harry Beller, Leon David Black, Richard Charles Nicholas Branson. Okay, okay. Borge Brende, a foreign national, William Joseph Burns, and Sean Carter. Oh, girl, he can't catch a break. Diddy said, I am not going down by myself. Where y'all think they got this information from? No, I'm messing. No, I'm messing. Nancy wants Jay-Z to sit in Hillary and Bill Clinton's hot seat in regard to Epstein. It is important to note, catch, it is important to note that while Jay-Z's name appeared in recent large-scale releases of unsealed documents related to the Epstein case, his mention was based on unverified and anonymous tips rather than valid evidence. So that means somebody snitched. Somebody told them because it's unverified. They don't have like necessarily like evidence, but they do have witness. Mhm. I believe that's Diddy. Diddy was on Epstein. Diddy was there multiple times. So where he met Trump. One of the first times he met Epstein. Why would Jay-Z have been there but not Diddy? Yeah. Diddy was there as well. Diddy already incarcerated. What he got to lose? Y'all really thought that Diddy was just gonna let Jay-Z turn his back on him like that? Y'all really thought that Diddy was just about to go down alone? You got another thing coming. Somebody told them that they trust to examine Sean Carter. Who better than Diddy? It would have to have been somebody close to Jay-Z. Out of this list of people, the closest would have been Diddy. But he swears, you know what I'm saying? We weren't really friends. Boy, mighty convenient. Mighty convenient. Like, girl. Oh, girl. Mr. Crazy about to be correct. Correct. Did you do it? Yes, girl. And he should sing. I don't blame Diddy. I don't. You know? A lot of stuff that Diddy was doing where he's in jail right now, he didn't do by himself. Notice that none of Diddy's enablers went to jail. None of them. Same thing in the R. Kelly case. None of the enablers went to jail, just the people. Diddy went to jail. Robert Kelly went to jail, but they swore, they always said it, and we're going to take down any of their enablers and the people that, because there was a team of people behind them. Crickets. Crickets. Girl. Crickets. Ooh, not B is guilty too. Got you on there. Beyonce ain't got nothing to do with this. Shout out to Drea McGurk. She says his testimony may destroy him and B's. Imagine. Do you think B should file for divorce? Diddy is not getting an early release. I don't think Beyonce will ever divorce Jay-Z. Mm-mm. Even if Jay-Z got convicted of something, we like them boys up top from the BK. Think of it, Super Secret Sweetheart. Yeah, I don't ever see them divorcing. I see, unfortunately, and God forbid, death. You want to see Beyonce with somebody else? You got to go first. I don't see Beyonce ever leaving Jay-Z. It's a partnership. It's an agreement. They're not like married. They're not like married. Mm-mm. It's kind of like, what do you call it? A prearranged situation. You know, they're not like married, like two people that fell in love. And no, mm-mm. They were both opportunists. Jay-Z was an opportunist, and so is Beyonce. See, I don't ever see her parting from him. I just don't see that. Beyonce cares way too much about image. Way too much. And she knows what that would look like. And people already talk about them like crazy. So could you imagine Beyonce and Jay-Z getting a divorce? How the streets will be lit deep up. You know, they're not doing that. And they're stronger together. People fear Jay-Z because of Beyonce, and a lot of people fear Beyonce because of Jay-Z. So they're a true power couple. So yeah, they have a lot of, it makes more sense for them to be together. You know, it doesn't make sense for them to part. It wouldn't do any of them really any justice. You know, yeah, I don't see it. I don't see them parting. They're in too deep. They both know where all the bodies are buried. And it's too late in the game for that. Now, Beyonce was still like in her 20s, late 20s, early 30s, maybe. But Beyonce's headed towards 50. Once you hit about 35, 40, you're already kind of like set in your ways. So, yeah, I just don't see that happening. I can see them being in like an open marriage that we don't know about before them like separating. Yeah, just know that what's the name? What is his name? Oh yeah, Will and Jada are not the only people out here for an open marriage. Know that. So yeah, they got the idea from somewhere. Yeah, they got that idea from somewhere. So yeah, girl, I just don't think. I don't think Beyonce wants to end up like her mom, alone. I'm sorry, wait, what the song? But Tina remarried, and she got divorced. Tina's not married anymore. Hmm. She got divorced, and she married that one actor. I forgot his name. And then they divorced. Yeah. So now she's single. She did, and his daughter was old girl because Beyonce, yeah, Richard Lawson, because old girl, the girl from Save It the Last Dance, the pretty girl, the mean one, that's his daughter, right? That's his daughter, right? Yeah, Richard Lawson's daughter. But yeah, she is single. She is not with Richard anymore. That is over. That is over with. Well, how long have they been? Like maybe like 2, 3 years, something like that. But anyways, um, done. Over. Over. Hold on one second. Hello. Happy Wednesday. Oh, hold on. I'm live on YouTube. On YouTube. Okay. So that's my boutique pues. I didn't want her to get into the tea. You know, I said, no, I told her, I'm like, I'm on YouTube. Just in case she was about to start popping it. Like, girl, I'm on YouTube, girl. I can hear you, girl. They're gonna dox you. Girl. Girl. But shout out to my boutique pues. I love you. I just don't like not answering her calls because I love her and I don't ever want her to think that I'm. Let's get into Chrisean. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I didn't know. Hold on.
To be up under a covenant with
Look at Junior.
a fearing man like yourself. And it's keeping me aligned with the truth. Yeah, baby. So I'm honored. I'm so thankful. And I love it every time you remove something inside me that I didn't know I had buried. So I appreciate you.
Where is he? He in the background. He in the stroller. He right there. You see him in the darkness? You see him, girl? Hold on. I think you see him, girl?
Chrisean, no.
Hold on, he back there in the dark. Why? Yeah, he back there in the dark, girl. And back in a stroller. Like, girl, get him a wheelchair. He is not supposed to be in a stroller. Like, she want to make him a child so bad. He's not a child. I mean, a baby. He's not a baby. Like, he is a toddler now.
Up under.
He should not be in a stroller.
Like yourself. And it's keeping me aligned with the truth.
Yeah, baby.
So I'm honored. I'm so thankful. And I love it every time you move something inside me that I didn't know I had buried. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Listen to me, Chrisean. There's some things God has already set up for you that's gonna shock the world. You better hear what I'm saying.
On it.
Not only is she fake, this pastor fake. Okay? This pastor's trash. All right. Now I will say this about Chrisean's walk with her faith. I do think part of it is genuine. I do. I feel like Chrisean always crying and all of that when she goes to church because I think she has a lot of pain in her. She knows she's done a lot of wrong. And she's done a lot of wrong to people, right? And because getting the Holy Ghost and all of that stuff, it comes from a place. What is happening? So I hate TikTok sometimes. I literally hate it. So I feel like all of that energy, it comes from somewhere. Like she was just at church the other day.
Garment of victory. Victory in every area of our life. And we say, thank you, God.
Yeah, I do feel like she is out of place while out there up here looking like girl Smoke or Noob Saibot or girl Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Because I was like, girl, what the hell do you got on? Like, what is that? But whatever. So the reason I feel like Chrisean wants to be genuine, right? Oh, not a Power Ranger. I feel like she wants to be genuine. Like she really wants this to be real. She really wants people to know that she loves God and loves the Lord, etc. But prayer is nothing without work. I feel that Chrisean feels like because people in her family and other people that she has seen when they go through really bad things or feel really badly about themselves, they go to church. But you have to actually work at it. Chrisean, to me, is in church because she likes the attention that she gets, right? She gets a lot of attention from this church, and she already has daddy issues, so she's looking for somebody to lead her. Chrisean is a follower. Okay, she's not a leader. She does not lead in life. She follows, right? So since she is a follower, I think in her mind that doing this in church is genuine because she feels that if I keep acting like I'm walking this way, then like kind of like fake it until you make it. You know, if I keep doing this, then eventually like good things start happening to me when you don't have a genuine purpose of being in church. That's why she's out of place. That's why when she up there on stage, it don't look right. That's why when she's speaking to the congregation and whatnot, like the things that she's saying, it kind of just like, it's like she's saying a bunch of obvious stuff, but it doesn't align. You know, it doesn't align with what's being said within that moment. So, like the pastor will be preaching about one thing, and then they'll hand her the microphone, which I feel that he hands Chrisean the microphone because they are using her. Using her. Okay. Chrisean been going to the church since she was young. She didn't just start going, right? So, with that being said, one of her main, I'm gonna just show you. Let me show you what this pastor, how he taught her what he taught her favorite part of church to be.
Chrisean, don't cuss, baby. Don't cuss.
Not cussing in church.
Yeah.
No, he just didn't get it to tithes and offering. That's my favorite part.
She said her favorite part of church is tithes and offering. Okay. And the reason that's her favorite part of church is because even since when she was a kid, he would preach to them how important paying tithes and offering was, right? So that was like embedded in her head. And I'm not just saying this, she about to tell you. This is why this pastor keeps her around. This is why. Money. She about to tell you herself. Listen.
That's right. It's all right. So I guess this is a little testimony, a little story. I was probably like 9, and I was just, I understood kind of what he was saying, and I asked questions when I was in church. And I was sitting next to a guy, and I was speaking out loud, like, "Oh, I want to give him some money too," like, because I was like, he was explaining how you sow a seed, and
It's okay, man. She said when she saw me come around the corner, she missed me so much. She just cried at her seat.
you're like a dad.
See, so I'm not just making things up, right? She's already missing a father figure in her life, right? This man has been like a father figure. So the majority of what he would talk about in his church clearly had to be about money. Because for her mind to have to stick out about going to that same church when she was young, when she said she's about 9 years old, money is what he was talking about. So that means you talk about money often. When you should be one of her members should have been talking about pain, loss, forgiveness, love, the Holy Ghost, the Trinity, like none of a Bible verse, like a Bible chapter. Like none of that comes to her mind. What comes to her mind is watching people give you money. Uh-huh. And then you making her feel like that's something that she's supposed to do too. See, she's not saying that she was sitting next to a dude that was praying real hard in church while you were giving a testimony. And then that's how she learned how to pray real hard. No, she's talking about money. She said her favorite part of church was tithes and offering. Why? That's usually everybody's least favorite. That's usually all of the adults' least favorite. Now, don't get me wrong. Everybody want to give to the church. It's the only way the church is going to stay afloat. We keep the building open, the lights on, all that, you know what I'm saying? That's the community's responsibility, to help out with keeping the church afloat. But it shouldn't be the only thing that I can tell you all types of stuff I remember from church. But tithes and offering, that's really not one. There was a tithes and offerings were, well, I would say this, tithes were done privately. Okay. Whether you wrote the church a check or you put some money inside of an envelope, and whatnot, that was done privately. Okay. Offerings were done publicly when the offering plate is passed around the church, and whatnot. So, but at my church, the offering plate went around one time. It don't matter if it was 4 services in one day. That offering plate went around once because our pastor believed in us. And he will always tell us, I don't have to collect a bunch of offerings to keep these doors open when y'all want these doors open just as much as I do. If y'all don't want these doors to stay open, then they won't be. Like he told us, he said, then we'll just be in somewhere at a park, somewhere like that in the grass, and I'm still going to be preaching. Y'all come to my house or meet y'all in the backyard, come in my basement, or what, like he said, the church don't close. He said this building could close, but church is not going to close. Like, no, not at all. So he never put the needs of the church before the people. And those doors are still open to this day. They're still open till this day. Does he have faith in God, not man? Not man. So to keep sending that offering plate around, you're sending it around to man, not God. So he never made it a point to do more. Even if we had 3-4 services one day, the first service they do an offering, that's it. Now, if you want to pay tithes, if you want to donate to the church, that's fine, but you did it privately. You would just go up to one of the pastor's aides, or one of the ushers, or get one of the deacons to let them know that you want to donate to the church. It's that simple. That's it. It was never made a public spectacle, or anything like that. Never was, ever. He never wanted people to feel less than the next person because the person sitting next to you giving $100 and you only giving $1. Like, he ain't like that. Okay, not at all. How we would do it is there was envelopes in front of us, and we would put the money inside of an envelope, these little brown envelopes, and you would put it inside of the envelope, and then you would just put it in the plate as it went by, so nobody could see like what you were donating, because he didn't want anybody to feel any type of way. Even if he was putting $1 in the envelope, that's fine. Just you could put some change in the envelope, that was fine. He just didn't want anybody to feel different. So we didn't have like money, like literally, it was always envelopes. Whatnot. And I thought that was a really cool idea that they did. But again, one offering, that's it. Things like this never happened in my church. It's okay. It's all right. You got this.
And I think the word it was about being a cheerful giver, and how 10% belongs to God. And then, it could be a cent over that as an offering, but he was just receiving all these seeds from around the church while he's preaching. He's not limping or nothing. This was when he was a little younger. Shots fired. Because what you playing with Dr. Diddy like that?
I know, because everybody love you, man. I better leave you alone. Yeah.
So I'm just I'm motivated. I'm amped up, and I'm just a kid. I'm just I understand, but I don't understand, but I can feel the presence of God. And I didn't question it. I didn't ask why do you give him money? Or why do people sow a seed at church? It's just the word of God. It's the truth. It's what you owe him. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sorry, my heart is pounding.
It's all right.
And I didn't have nothing to give. I didn't have nothing. And I was hungry. So I was I was ready to go for real, but then I was intrigued when tithes and offering came. I was just ready. And I'm like, look, I wish I could pay tithes and offering, but I said it out loud, and it was a guy like, I have $5. You want to go up and walk to him? I was like, sure. So then I took his $5. I looked at it. I was like, this could be some McDonald's money. But then I was like,
You said what?
it could be some McDonald's money. I was hungry.
Yeah, it could be some McDonald's money.
I was always hungry as a kid. I don't know. So I'm like, okay, Lord, let's go. So then I went up and I tried to hurry back to my seat after giving him the $5. He like, come over here. And then I was like, yes. He like, yes, what? And then I was like, yes. He like, who? You don't have any manners? I was like, no. Then he like, yes, sir. I said, yes, sir. He was just like feeling me out, like, and then he just turned around and gave all the seeds that everybody was on the whole service.
All the money that people brought to me,
I mean, just,
I gave it to you.
yeah. And then you asked me what I was going to do with it. I was just like, I'm going to pay my tithe. But it was like a clear understanding. And I couldn't explain what it was. But it was so like, it was beautiful. I would never take that memory. I've always been a cheerful giver. I don't live in Maryland no more.
Yeah.
And
You need to be home. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just waiting for tithes and offering, and then he's about to exit out. Like, where's the tithes and offering at?
Oh, wow.
But it was just a word, like for right now. I really can't remember word for word because I was a kid, but my spirit remembered the moment.
Okay. So what's that stack in your hand for?
I'm sowing a seed.
And tithes and offering.
Yeah,
Girl,
but it's an offering because I already paid my tithes and offering.
you see, y'all out here making these judgments. You really don't even know what. Okay. Do I like it? Do I like what our children are into today? I'm not going to let it throw me off what God said to me about my children. Oh, Jesus, remember these words found and
Yeah, he ready for that money. All he doing is using her. That's all he doing. It's using Chrisean. That's it. This is why he always giving her the microphone. That's why he always want her on stage. That's why he always doing that, because he's using her to bring in even more people. You know, because now people are like, oh, she goes to that church. So the people in the Baltimore area, they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go there now. Oh, I know that church. I know him. You know, and then they'll go there and they'll donate. And all. He's literally using her. Okay? He's manipulated her into thinking that she's like a daughter to him when it's really nothing like that at all. A true pastor would not have Chrisean on that stage. You would not have that trollop on that stage. A true pastor would not let that boy be going through what he's going through. Not at all. Because what's in her hand is all you care about. You don't care nothing about Chrisean because you wouldn't be, if you're a father figure to her, then why can't you speak to her about what's going on with her son? Why can't you? Everything she represents, you push away from your church. She's not helping, because if she decides to go back to doing right what she's doing, then what? Then what? She should show that she's actually changed, that she really wants to live her life, to hand her life over to God. She needs to prove that. Coming to some choir rehearsals, a Bible study or two, no. This needs to be a lifestyle. Being a Christian is a lifestyle. It's not something you get to walk in and out of. That's why people don't take her serious. Because it's just like, girl, please. You love God, but you'll sit here and watch your son suffer. This pastor loves God and loves Chrisean, but doesn't care that she about to have a 3-year-old kid and he's still in a stroller and don't nobody know why. So we're just going to ignore that. But you're a man of Christ. You're supporting and publicizing Chrisean Rock. No, I wouldn't mind Chrisean coming to my church. I wouldn't mind her being a part of the congregation. That's fine. But she's not getting on my stage. No, not at all. Mm-mm. Let's see her do work in the community and stuff like that. Let other people lay eyes on her doing good deeds so that if we do get her to the point to where she is going to be in the choir and stuff like that, we need more. It's too much damage done. Too much damage. She has a lot of cleaning to do. So she left a big mess. So that, and then Chrisean Jr., you're her pastor, but she looks at you as a father. So you can convince her, at least put a spotlight on her son. He comfortably lets Chrisean Jr. sits in that stroller. He does nothing to shed light on what's going on with that kid. He could at least be, the last time he prayed over Chrisean Jr. is because she brought him to the church when Chrisean Jr. was extremely ill. Right? He ain't prayed over Chrisean Jr. since. What pastor sees a child gasping for air and feels like prayer is all the baby needs? A real pastor would have prayed over that baby on the way to the doctor, on the way to the hospital. That's what he would have did. Prayed that the baby made it to the hospital safely and let God take the wheel from there. He don't give a fuck about Junior at all whatsoever. Okay? And Junior stands out like a sore thumb. It's not like she keep coming to church without him. No, he's there. He's being tied to your chairs by his sleeves. He's crawling around on your dirty floor. My fault. Scooting around on your dirty floor. She's abandoning him in the front aisle. Just walking off. Just leaving him there. On the ground. In a diaper. At almost 3 years old. But she's paying her tithes and offerings. Mm-hmm. See, Chrisean, again, like I said before, likes to be led. It was Blueface leading her. She put all his money in his pocket, right? Even her bookings and all of that. When she will book gigs at clubs and stuff like that, she'll get the money handed to Blueface. She'll go do a show, hand the money to Blueface. Go to Zeus, hand the money to Blueface. She broke up with Blue. Got with 33K, Bino, all of them, hand the money to them. Okay? And then you have this pastor. Now that she's not with any of these men, he's her new go-to. He's the one leading her. That's why she keep handing them balls and wads of money. That's why she keep handing them wads of money. That's what she used to. That's all she knows. That's what her mama used to do to her daddy. Well, the one that she knows to be her dad, Eugene, same thing. She'll go out there prostituting, all of that stuff, doing whatever she got to do. She'll come back, hand him the money. Mm-hmm. She'll do what she needs to do, come back, hand him the money. So that, because where did she get that from? Where did she get it from? That's learned behavior. Where you learn? Because there's no handbook, rule book. They don't teach that in school, nothing. When you make money, ladies, hand it to your man. It's not a rule. Who have you watched be pimped? Because that's what that gives. Everybody knows the biggest pimps own churches. Who pimping harder than a pastor? Pimps make women go out and men go out and work hard to do certain things. And then they come back and hand them the money. Are y'all not doing that at church? Are y'all not working your careers and working out here really hard? And then just going to a building and just handing them your money? The church didn't earn it. God is in that church. He's everywhere. That's where people get church misconstrued to where they feel like they're shown favor because they go. It's just a building. You don't have to go to church to be a Christian. You can stay home and read your Bible every day. Make good decisions. That's what's going to get you in heaven. Not because you didn't have a pastor. God can be like, oh, you don't have a pastor, you can't come in. Where they do that at? Where they do that at? Not everybody's supposed to be a pastor. They're man. Man is weak. Yeah, man is not God. It's not the same. But some churchgoers treat them as if they are. That's when it becomes like a cult, because you're treating this person as a deity and they're not. They have the same connection to God as you do. Same connection. Y'all got the same phone number. Yeah, it's just a building. That's all it is. And my pastor taught me that. We don't need this building to have church. He says that all the time. We can go home and all be on a conference call, as far as I'm concerned, but I'm not letting go of my flock. Not everybody's called to pastor. No, there's a lot of devils in the pulpit. Lots of them. Demons, demonic. And these are the people that are leading you. A lot of them. Like, I love my pastor, but I don't trust him. I tell him that all the time. You're man. He taught me that. He said, trust God, not me. So I believe him, and I don't trust him. I hope that he makes good decisions, but I'm not going to base that off of our relationship, him making a mistake, because pastors, they're not perfect. They're man. So they're going to mess up just like we mess up. They're going to cheat. They can do all that. They can do all that. So I don't want to. He always want to make it so that we don't lose our faith, because a lot of people, you lose faith in your pastor, you can lose faith in the whole religion, the whole everything about it. You can lose it. Just because I mess up, I do something. Now you don't believe anything. Up is down and down is up. So don't base your faith off of me, because you shouldn't have faith in me. You should have faith in God. Is what he was saying. Like, don't look at me, because yeah, I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes. But don't trust me, because I'm man. Trust somebody that's perfect. God, he ain't gonna make a mistake. I will. So yeah. And it's sad that it's a lot of pastors out there that aren't preaching that. Chrisean needs guidance. She does. And she needs real guidance. Taking her money from her, pretty much catapulting her in front of the congregation, giving her an attention that she doesn't deserve, because she doesn't deserve that type of attention. You're only giving it to her for one reason and one reason only, because she gets it publicly, because she gets it on social media, etc. So the more they see her in your church, the more clout and attention that's going to bring your church. So as much as Chrisean likes the attention, so does he. One and the same. And God's not going to bless that, because I ain't read nowhere in no Bible or nothing God ever asked her for money. Y'all made up tithes and offerings and all that. God ain't saying about none of that. He ain't saying about none of that. It ain't a piece of the Bible you're going to read to where it tells you to pay the tithes and offering. Y'all made that up. Y'all added that in there. You know what I'm saying about that? Y'all trying to force the Bible to say give money. Be fruitful. And I'm going to be fruitful. I'm going to get married and I'm going to have some kids. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to have some churn. What's this got to do with offering? Yeah, the majority of you pastors, y'all force the Bible to push your narrative. Whatever narrative you're pushing. Correct. Faith is nothing without work. So if y'all ain't got the faith to put the money into church, how the church gonna work? Like y'all forcing ways. to make people reach into their pocket. Pathetic. Like, I mean, it really is. It really is. Yeah, because y'all be so worried about having a big congregation. The best churches are small ones. Less gossip, less chatter. Like those are the best ones. But the majority of these people, they want big churches and not big. Why? Because the church gonna match everything else in their life. They want a big church. They want a big house. They want a big car. They want a big bank account. All of that. What does all of that have to do with leading a flock? The Bible says, if a man don't work, he don't eat. So why do pastors get churches expecting the community to keep it open? The community is supposed to help keep it open. What are you bringing to it besides opening a Bible? So the church supposed to do everything for you, right? They're supposed to pay everything going on in the church. They're supposed to pay for your house. They're supposed to pay for your car. They're supposed to pay for your wife. They're supposed to pay for her wedding ring. They're supposed to send your kids to school. Who told you that? Where does it say that? Oh, where the Lord, where do it say that at? That a pastor is completely covered. Like who? Who told you that? And a lot of times y'all be living 10 times better than the people in your congregation. And y'all not doing anything to help them. What you think, a food drive? Giving a backpack and a pencil away? What is that? What is that? When they using candles in their house just to get dressed to come here and still give you donations. But what is something because you made some food? You should. I mean, we've been bringing food up here for months. We cook every Sunday. You should be seeing that. You should be. Girl, we should be eating as long as we be here. These 7-hour sermons. Keeping us here all day so you could get donations all day. My girl. No one's stupid. But I have to get out of here. What time is it? Yes. So I have to get out of here. Oh my God, I love you guys. So I will be back tomorrow with a full breakdown of everything that's been going on with the petition, everything that's been going on with Chrisean Jr., and we will get into some more hot topics. I really appreciate all of you being here. Thank y'all so much for all of the super stickers and hitting the like and subscribing if you haven't already. Okay. So I will see y'all tomorrow. We will be back live over here in the morning. I'm going back to doing my morning lives because in the evening I'll be dropping survivings and going live on coffee. So we will be over here in the mornings. I'm gonna try to sneak over. We'll be back over here tomorrow morning for sure. I like doing morning lives. So we'll be back over here in the morning, and I have more time because my kids be at school. So I have more time to do it in the morning. Oh, I have to pick my son up from basketball practice. So yeah, so I love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Okay. And I will see y'all in the next live. Until then, mwah, coffee, yes. I will see y'all in the next live. Until then, bye.